Good day, colleagues. Today I'll be taking you through the Venn diagrams that I worked with as part of weekly exercise. So I'll start first with the Venn diagram that I found online. So the challenge was to find a Venn diagram that speaks to something that you are interested in. So as someone who is interested in traveling, I did find a wonder in wonder Venn diagram. So basically this shows you like the different the different things that you have to look at when you want to travel. So it's basically divided into three categories: climate friendly travel, slow travel, and equitable access to outdoor recreation. And then from the Venn diagram we can see like the and then for each category then you list the activities that can be done as well as the mode of transport. So as you can see, there are some things that are overlapping on all those three categories. So moving on to the questions. The first question being SQL set operation union. Choose any two or more data sets in your Venn diagram. Which elements will be included in the union of these two data sets? So for this one, I choose climate friendly travel and slow travel. So since the union includes every unique element found in both data sets, you have close to home, takes time, more able-bodied, smaller group size, just to mention a few because it's quite a long list. Then we also, going on to the second question, SQL set operation intersect. How would you describe one segment of your Venn diagram that represents the intersection of at least three of your data sets? So the intersection of climate friendly slow travel and equitable access to outdoor recreation contains a visit a neighborhood park or outdoor creation event. So this is the intersection of the two, which is visit a neighborhood that you can see here in the purple or dark blue. I'm not really good with colors, but yeah, this would be the intersection between the data sets. Then moving on to question number 3, SQL set operation except choose any two or more of the data sets in your Venn diagram, find an outlier element, describe what excluding this outlier element using except logic means your data set. So for this I choose the slow travel and climate friendly travel. So the element could include driving and flying is an outlier because it belongs to slow travel but is not included in climate friendly travel, and using the except means returning the elements that are part of the slow travel but not part of the climate friendly travel. Then moving on to question number 4, using all of the data sets in your Venn diagram, which segments represent the results of an inner join? If this does not apply to a specific Venn diagram, explain why not. So using all the 3 data sets, the inner join is being represented by the center of the Venn diagram. The result for my data set is visit a neighborhood park or outdoor cultural event. So this is the only element shared by climate friendly travel, slow travel, and equitable access to outdoor recreation. Then moving on to question number 5, using any two of the data sets in your Venn diagram, how would you describe the results of a left join? So for this I choose climate friendly travel as the data set and slow travel as the right data set. So a left join returns every element from climate friendly travel, including the elements that do not have a matching slow travel. Matching elements from slow travel are also retained. So the shared or matching elements will be bicycle, tour, hike, hard ski, and visit a friendly neighborhood. And then for climate friendly without a slow travel, they will be closer to home, takes time, just to mention a few because it's quite a long list. Then moving on to question number 6, using any two of the data sets in your Venn diagram, how would you describe the results of a right join? So for this I choose the climate friendly travel as the left data set and slow travel as the right data set. So a right join retains everything from slow travel and only the matching elements from the climate friendly travel. So these shared elements are bicycle, tour, through hike, hard ski, visit a neighborhood park or outdoor cultural event. Then slow travel without a climate friendly match could include driving and flying, flexible group size, no larger than 15 people, trip duration being less important than mindful attention, willingness to embrace what you find, a family drive of a farm to table, tour route, float or a pedal trip or a day hike. Then question number 7, using any tool remove the data sets in your Venn diagram. How would you describe the results of a full join? So choosing the slow travel and equitable access to outdoor recreation, a full join retains all elements from both data sets whether or not they match. So the shared elements are a family drive of a farm to table, tour route, float or pedal trip or a day hike, and a visit a neighborhood park or a cultural event. Then the slow travel data would include driving and flying, flexible group size, mindful attention to where you are, willingness to embrace what you find, bicycle tours to hikes and at ski trips. Then the equitable data access will include possible barriers such as income, ability, time, gender, family or group size, transportation, personal safety, distance, sexual identity, both size, race, age, and gear. Then finally, the most interesting thing that I learned is that visiting a neighborhood park or outdoor cultural event is the only example located in the intersection of all three data sets. It can be climate friendly because it is close to home and may not require driving. It can be slow travel because it encourages people to pay mindful attention to their surroundings. It also supports equitable access because neighborhood activities can reduce barriers involving transportation, distance, time, as well as cost. Then moving on to the Venn diagram I created. So as a person who likes reading books, I had to use a genre of novels. So I distributed the novels among fantasy, mystery, romance, as well as adventure. So in fantasy we have The Hobbit and Eragon. Then in mystery we have Gone Girl, The Hound of the Bakersfield. Then in adventure we have Treasure Island and Robinson Crusoe. Then on romance we have Pride and Prejudice as well as Me Before You. Then between the intersection of romance and adventure we have Outlander. Between fantasy and Twilight and romance we have Twilight. Between mystery and adventure we have The Da Vinci Code. Between fantasy and mystery we have The Graveyard Book. And the intersection of all four is The Princess Bride. And then on adventure, fantasy and mystery we have His Dark Materials. And then on fantasy, mystery and romance we have The Night Circus. So I'm just going to go ahead and so as I mentioned, I chose the novel genres, and this is 4 genres with fantasy in black, mystery in red and black, romance in blue, and adventure in red. So each novel is placed in the section that best represents the genres it belongs to, and some fit into multiple genres, which is why they appear in overlapping sections. Then what is the most interesting thing this Venn diagram can teach us? So the most interesting thing is that many novels can't be classified into just one genre, while some books really belong to a single category. Others combine elements of fantasy, mystery, romance, and adventure. For example, The Princess Bride appears in the center because it combines fantasy, romance, and adventure. The Graveyard Book combines fantasy and mystery. The Da Vinci Code combines mystery and adventure. And Twilight combines fantasy and romance. This demonstrates that novels often blend different storytelling styles, making them appealing to a wider audience. And then the key learning point is that Venn diagrams are useful for organizing information visually, and they help identify similarities and differences between groups. And the overlapping regions represent items that belong to more than one set, and books often fit into multiple genres instead of just one. And Venn diagrams are closely related to SQL set operations such as union, intersect, and except, because they show how different data sets relate to one another. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.